going on, everybody? Welcome to Pungo Paints. I'm Trooper 6, and this series that we got going on here today, I want to say it's something special. It's something that I've been kind of looking forward to, but also slightly dreading, just from the color palette. Either way, it is a Slaaneshi World Eater. So I picked this one out from the Corn Berserkers, of course. Saved this model just because it has World Eater knee. Basically, if you'd seen my work before, you've seen the Corn 8 Berserkers that I've used to make my Fallen Blood homebrew warband, where it's a bunch of chapters of blood that fell to Corn. And I had to avoid everything that had World Eaters. Not the most difficult task, honestly, when it came to that pack. There's 10 Marines in there, and I think only 2 of them had World Eater logos on them, maybe 3. Either way, one of them I'm saving to make, in a cliche way, the traditional colored World Eaters, just because why not? However, this one is going to be for our lovely god, Slaanesh. One of my personal favorites. Him, her, whatever the hell it is, and Corn. Those are my 2. Nurgle does hold a special place in my heart, only because I very much enjoy painting Plague Marines. But this one should turn out pretty interestingly. So for it, I've got this plain pauldron. I believe I got this out of the Black Legion pack. I don't know. We're going to be putting a Slaanesh transfer onto there. And then I have a World Eater. It's all right. The white is hard to with this ring light that I have. Either way, yeah, we got that. We got a Black Legion backpack. None of the Corn ones. We're going to work out for it. Besides, I used one of my, I believe the last one, on a special project that I did. It was a 2-part project. I did a Loyalist and a Chaos version of him. It was just posted to my social and even on Reddit, and you'll see them on my YouTube Shorts. I'm working on a homebrew video for that. It is Slayer from Dark Souls. But either way, what do you say we just jump right on in? So our idea is going to be leaving it at white armor, pink shoulders, pink backpack, debatably pink helmet. I think I'm going to leave it at white. Because all the... Can I get something? All right. All the chaos markings, as I call it. All the fancy filigree, or whatever. All that is actually going to be painted with rough iron. So we're going to try this. Hopefully this doesn't clash too much with the pink. I believe it'll bring out a good contrast and an interesting one, darken it up a bit, but I don't know, we'll see. But like always, we're not going to start there. We're going to start with the soft parts, and we're going to go with this Vallejo Black. And in the true sense of Slaanesh, as you guys know, I usually either have music already pre-planned, or I have a hell of a time trying to find music to paint to, because I don't like painting in silence. We are listening to Blown Load, relatively unknown band as far as I know when it comes to people out there. The album is An Orgy of One, and if anyone likes some sick, twisted, demented metal, by all means look them up. They are hilarious in my opinion. Honestly, really good music, and they're what I call cock rock. I don't know if that's an actual genre, but that's what I call it, because good lord, just about every damn song is about sex, and it's drugs, So they are quite essentially sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Wish I could see them live. I have no idea if they're still a band or anything like that. I did not look that much into it, but either way. So, now that we've got our music choices going on, we do have some new paintbrushes. So, go figure. Everything's white. So, this is what we're going to be using, mainly this brand today. It was just something that I saw at my local game shop. Picked one up because it was a short, fine tip, and they're not short, fine tip anymore. I have used and abused them, and I've had to even cut them a couple of times. So we're going to be using those, but I do have a longer bristle that is still pretty much fine tip, different grading. But it should prove useful. Don't think I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start with this finer tip, just because these chaos markings can be a pain, but also the soft parts. So let's dive right on in. I'm not going to try to make this another long series. I honestly am getting tired of 6-episode series. I would like to try to keep them to 4. I've been trying to pay attention. Now, the channel is still young, but I've been trying to pay attention to viewership and how long people are tuning into the videos and everything. Also, just view count on the videos themselves. Naturally, they dwindle with each passing one. And that's just the way things are. But I think if I had some shorter series, maybe it would go a little smoother. So we're debating on making them still 30-minute episodes. It's quite possible that I might stretch it to like 45 minutes. I don't have to be too clean on this part because all that's going to be dark iron or rough iron, whatever the hell it is. Either way, though, I do have some announcements for the channel, at least, if anybody's curious. So I did a poll on my Instagram asking people what else they would like to see besides these kinds of series, because not everybody has time for stuff like that. So I put a few suggestions out there, and the voting results were so close that I just decided the hell with it. We're going to try to do them all. Those voting results being time-lapse. So people would like to see some time-lapse videos. Go figure. With series this long, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that people would just want to see some time-lapse. So I am going to record some of those sometime. Recording schedules are still somewhat of a challenge. You know, got family life, we got kids to worry about and everything. And it's almost tough to juggle, but we make it work. So, what else we got here? To my surprise, a lot of people actually voted for homebrew lore. So I personally want to thank everyone for wanting that. I honestly did not expect anyone, maybe 1, 2, 3 tops, I could think of that would actually have cared to see some homebrew lore. As far as I know, or as far as I could tell, like, homebrew lore is totally welcome in our little hobby. But I've also seen, no one cares. No one exactly cares. And I don't blame them. It's not a bad thing that no one cares. And I know I'm saying no one cares. Very broad, general. But I was still very shocked and very grateful that people would actually like to see my homebrew lore, because I have certain minis that I have painted that I have made lore for that I was very excited about. And the fact that people want to see it, it just makes me all the more excited to actually do it. So, if anything, you can look forward to seeing my 3 homebrew, no, 4, 5. Either way, I have a few homebrew things going on. Chapters alone. So when it comes to the chapters, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. If you don't already know that, and I decided to make 2 chapters based on that game. One being the Spectres and one being Cerberus. And honestly, I want to say the Cerberus model is my more favorite. It just came out so nice. I loved the paint scheme on it. Somebody asked how I was going to differentiate the chapters, or I mean not the chapters, the ranks. You know, some chapters out there, they do different helmets and what have you. And I figured due to the nature of them, because I don't know if it's cliche or anything, they are their gene seed is Alpha Legion. And I figured to try to play into that, since they were initially about sabotage and everything, that I would just change up the paint scheme on the armor. That's what I'm going to attempt one day. At the moment, I ain't worried about it. But they are actually not. What are they? They're not chaos at all. They're not loyal either. So that leaves us with one option. They are renegades. So I wanted it very clear that I did not want chaos armor and all that fun stuff. I was like, nope, these guys are not chaos. They are just full-on renegade, because I believe we don't have enough just renegade chapters out there. Either way, we can look forward to that. The other one being the Spectres. They are also Alpha Legion based, created to go after said Cerberus. I'm not going to dive in too much on everything because, obviously I'm going to be doing videos on that. What else we got going on? We got homebrew lore, time lapse. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart right now, but I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. Whatever. I am going to continue doing some narratives as they come to me, because as I've mentioned it before, I'm sure that with some of the minis that I've made, not only was I writing lore for them, but I was also writing little 5-minute short stories, just enough to give you an insight on who they are, at least on that character, what they're about and everything. So that ought to be fun. And at least by the time that this series starts, you will have seen, hopefully, the narrative on the Night Butcher. Now, the Night Butcher, if you haven't seen it, was actually my last series when I did the Cornate Night Lord. I ended up liking him so much that I was like, you know what? He looks like he has a story. So I imagined one, wrote it down, all the fanciness for it. So, I have already recorded it, and I am no voice actor, so judge me if you want, but I have used the voice modulator or voice changer, whatever you want to call it, to try to further portray the characters, because all the ones that I've done so far have helmets, and I know Space Marines have a certain sound coming from their external Vox, their Vox amplifiers, or however the hell they call it. Either way, they sound a certain way, and I didn't trust my skill in voice acting to do that because I've never done anything like this. So I just used a voice changer, and I kind of like it. I tried to put some more effort into some of them just so different voices really would come out of it. And some of them were even actually pretty fun. I did enjoy doing the Night Butcher. I very much enjoyed recording that one. Demented little shit he is. Because, he's a Night Lord, so of course he is already kind of sick and twisted. But then you have the fact that he is a corn berserker. That's even more crazy. So I figured, he's got to sound malicious and everything, and I hope it came off well. Honestly, I hope you guys just kind of like the story and everything. I mean, if not, let me know. If so, let me know. Either way, I do appreciate any of the feedback that I get. And I mean any of the feedback, even if it's negative, it gives me insight to what people want, what they're enjoying, what they're not enjoying. It helps me get a better idea because I don't want to waste your time. I'm doing what I like, and it would be awesome if you liked it too. You don't have to. But if you're not going to like it, then you're not going to watch it. And, I mean, hell. Every YouTube out there does this stuff so that you will watch it. So, let's not get things twisted. Like, I just wanted to do it. I mean, yeah, I just wanted to do it, but I wanted to share this stuff with you guys. I very much want to build a community out of it. I was reaching out online on Reddit and whatnot. Got some really good feedback. Reddit's an interesting place. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. It kind of feels like the Wild West to the internet in a way. But either way, some really cool people on there. Got a lot of positive feedback for some of the work that I've done. Other work just kind of slips through the cracks. But I mean, hey, that's the internet. When you got saturation on the Warhammer level that we do, your work's not going to be seen everywhere. Especially if you're not doing yeah, we'll be all right. Especially if you're not doing like box art level painting, which is not exactly what we're doing here. One day, everybody's got to improve. And wouldn't that be a sight to see? Watch somebody go from doing stuff like this to box art level material. That would be cool. Honestly, it would be cool. Alright. So, like before, when it came to doing minis, I know you guys have seen me do them like mainly split apart, like my Night Lord. He was completely in pieces and everything. Painted him up because I wanted to get to the details and whatnot. I took a risk with this one. I honestly just didn't feel like fumbling around with the separate leg and all that stuff. And some of the minis that I've done recently, I just said, screw it. I was like, I'm just going to paint them how they are. Not fully assembled, but we'll see. And it's been working out. You just got to be a little more careful. Especially when you're working with, something in such a high contrast. Like that little blotch right there drives me nuts. But it's whatever. We can fix it. I don't trust the shade oil. We'll cover that. So we ain't gonna even bother saying, hey, don't worry, it'll fix it. But yeah, you guys know by now, I don't like redoing work. so I try to be as careful as I can. Do. I do want to say that Blown Load is definitely a good choice for this model. I can understand that this music might not be for everyone, but I don't think there's any denying that it fits Slaanesh very well, especially for noise marines, you know. And I really thought about getting a noise marine model and doing a world leader, and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna bother with all that crap. I'll just do what I do. And this model might even make it to a narrative status. I'm honestly not sure yet. We'll see how he turns out. Because there have been projects that I've worked on, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's gonna look out so cool, and it didn't. It's not that cool. Live and learn, right? Ooh, beard was itchy. And we're not worried about making the base a little messy because we are just gonna do the base up a little bit. And it doesn't need to be anything pretty, so it just might be some basic ass gravel like I do for a lot of minis, because it's minimal effort and you get a base out of it. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, man, well, a mini is not done until you do the base. Well, it's the easiest, cheapest way to do it is just throwing gravel on there and screw it. I want to say that this dark iron is definitely doing a good job. I keep calling it dark iron. I know the name is rough iron, but sue me. And this paintbrush is really starting to curl on me at the bottom there, at the tip. And it's becoming quite the challenge. But that other one is just, it's too long to do this right now. It would require more pinpoint accuracy on my part, and I'm trying to just get this painted. We're already closing on 23 minutes. I know I took a while at the beginning talking about certain things, but I did want to get some announcements out of the way. Go figure, I still can't think of the third video idea. Oh, it was painting challenges. That's right. Because I actually just did one. So yeah, with the Slaanesh marine that I did, when I posted it on Reddit, bigger response than I ever would have thought. I apologize if you guys can hear too much coming out from the landscaping crew out there. Either way, where the hell was I? Right, the painting challenges, right? So, good lord, I did this layer model, and someone on Reddit was like, yo, remember, Slaanesh. That's an interesting model idea right there, Slaanesh. That's the second time today I've said that, I think. Slaanesh did become corrupted if you I guess, mess up the quest line, or if you do the quest line in a certain way. 99% of character or players see that kind of ending. I have yet to save Slaanesh and have him fight with me for Lord Gwen, but they said, he does he does fall and go mad and everything. You should do something like that. And I said, okay, challenge accepted. So that night, because I had just painted Solaire the night before and posted them, and already somebody was like, dude, you got to do this. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Painted it the next day. Worked on it all day. The kids were being real cool, and I paused for playtime and everything like that, but it was kind of a chill day, so I just started painting. Why not? And got him done. He turned out really well. Nowhere near the feedback that I got for the first one, but you know, it was back-to-back days, and I don't know, that's the internet for you. I'm very pleased with how he turned out. However, I had a better idea for Slaanesh for Solaire. So I'm not going to really give away any spoilers right now. Besides, by the time... I think by this episode I won't have him ready. I have another model in mind for Solaire. It would better fit his lore that I wrote for him. Because yes, I did write some lore for him. I'll give you a little bit of spoiler on that. So he's going to be custody based, just to make his fall all the more tragic and impactful. Someone did point out that he wouldn't necessarily be a Chaos Marine. He would be something else. And I said, well, dude, I don't have that model. So if you want to send that to me, I will absolutely do it. Until then, I'm just going to have to do what I have. And I will keep that in mind to do another model in the future. Oof. I know this is such a stark thing to look at. Just so eyesore bright. I'm sorry if things haven't been in focus. Been trying to really focus here. Focus on the focus. Either way, I do have a model in mind for a new Solaire, and I'm definitely looking forward to that one very much. Honestly, I'm kind of mad at myself for not having done it first, but I had an idea and I didn't want to wait, so I cut out bits and painted it, and I was like, I'm doing this, and he turned out fantastic, honestly. Not to stroke my own self there, but I mean, the hell, if it's good, it's good, right? Everybody is always their worst enemy and their worst critic and everything like that. So I'm just going to take the other route and praise myself. Because damn it, I did a damn good job on that model. And I'm not about to have someone else tell me otherwise. And I'm not about to tell myself otherwise. I'm just doing a disservice to myself at that point. Right? Don't sell yourself short. Just get in there because all that needs to be dark anyway. So, how you guys doing? At the 29-minute mark or something like that. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. It's the end of another week since I've been doing these things, posting them on Fridays. Hopefully everything is still going well for everyone out there. If not, I'm very sorry. Tough times are here for everyone. I honestly don't know how most of the hobbyists do any of this stuff. I want to say they just work their ass off and everything. Well, this is my job. This is what I do. I've doubled down and committed to it. It's a pain. It's stressful. I'm racked with anxiety all the damn time. It's hard to sleep, just because I know my choices and everything. However, we can do it, especially together. And I really hope that a community can build around all this. Um, as if anything, I would like, as much as I am an introvert and don't like people, I like individuals, and I would like to branch out. Like, hell, man, I daydream about going to Comic Cons, right? Because I do attend events and everything. I'm actually going to be attending another D&D event this weekend. No, sorry. Wait, is that tomorrow? What is today, the 29th? Yeah, hell, that's tomorrow. So we'll be down there at our local oceanfront at another brewery doing a thing. We're partnered up with Rogue Game Masters. So if anyone's curious, they do online games. However, their goal is to move to local gaming, which they still do. But I mean, reach out. They are fantastic. I wouldn't have partnered up with them otherwise. I'm very protective of my work and who I'm associated with, only because I've known some crap people in my life, and these guys are fantastic. I don't have to be too careful there, just because that's going to be brown. But either way, all right. Getting a little sloppy in there. All right, we're at 32 minutes. Okie dokie. So, what do you say I just finished up this other leg? Oh, there's actually no chaos markings on his torso. That's interesting. But it's okay. He's got plenty more going on, so all that white will be broken up. Man, my ADHD kicked in real bad there. I got so thrown off track. I don't even remember what the hell I started with, guys. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I think I was mumbling and rambling on about the stresses of life choices, but no one needs to focus on all that negative crap. One, it's just not even people's business, honestly. However, it is an interesting outlet to, kind of voice things that I don't really get to voice. Mainly because it feels like no one cares, and no one has to care, honestly. You made your bed, sleep in it, that kind of fun stuff. If you don't like things, change it. All the cliche sayings apply here. I didn't like things, and I decided to change it, and that's why we're doing this. So I'll put it out there that if anyone believes that the dream is still there, that it is still attainable, I'm trying to live it. Not even trying, I'm honestly just living it right now. And I would love for y'all to join me on it. Join me for the ride, dude. I do want to put it out there. One more announcement before I forget, that I've never done a giveaway before, and I would love to do a giveaway. And I've been promoting that if this YouTube channel can get up to if this channel can get up to 1,000 subscribers, where I can finally monetize it and officially start making money from it, then I will do a giveaway, of course. And it's not just one person. I would like to do a multi-giveaway. I would like to pick 3 to 5 people and do something special and different for each one. It just kind of depends on what I can do But either way, it's out there. So if you would love to help, spread the word. Tell me you spread the word. Hit me up. By all means, I'm very open to your engagement. This hobby has turned into a very good community. The community is just... I'm struggling with words, but I think that's because there's not a lot like it. I think we'll just wrap up and end things there. We're at 35 minutes. We will be back on the next episode next week, next Friday, unless scheduling changes, which I doubt it will. But either way, guys, let's do this up next week. We'll continue. And until then, may the Void Father guide your brush. And please stay safe. And I'll see you guys on the next round, okay? Later.